Hey guys, what's going on? It's Stef here. Hope you've been well. I know I have. I have been out metal detecting a lot lately, and you're about to get plowed with a couple months worth of cornfield hunting footage. I've been out several times since the last time I dropped a video, and safe to say, we can now go back to weekly uploads every Friday, and I'm so excited about that because I really miss communicating with you guys every week rather than every other. Every other is great when I need to do that, I guess, but hopefully it doesn't happen again, at least not anytime soon. So let's get into it. This week's episode was 2 hunts that I'm putting into one video. The first hunt was the last hunt before we had a deep freeze and a ton of snow on the ground that I couldn't film. And this second half of the video is my first hunt after I was able to film, which was super productive. So stick around, you don't want to miss this one. 1600s coinage, beautiful silver, cut coins, colonial goodness. You can't go wrong. And before we hop in, speaking of the fact that, the temperatures are rising, I'm able to hunt, yada yada. Don't forget, I am a proud affiliate of KELLYCO metal detectors, so if you need anything metal detecting related at all and you don't know where to start, shoot me an email at stefdigs@gmail.com, or if you already know what you want from the store, just use my code STEFDIGS when you check out. Alright, let's hop in. Well, back at the cornfield today. Nichola's with me today, and that's it. Gonna be a half-day dig, but it's in the 40s, and we're about to lose this field to a deep freeze, evidenced by things like this. You can kind of see a little green edge there. I think this is going to be a button. It's too small to be a copper, I think. Hard to say, but it was beeping a 19, a 20 pretty consistently. So I'll come back when I know what it is, but this is the kind of stuff you got to deal with when you're digging frozen ground. It's only a couple inches deep frozen, but unfortunately, when something like that is in the frost layer, you just got to wait it out. So I'll be back with you in a few minutes. Well, sometimes that's the way it goes. Just a lousy rivet. They sound so good, but they are essentially junk. So, all right, I'll let you know if we get on anything of note today. Well, had a pretty low tone, maybe like a 7 or an 8 signal. Wasn't very deep down there. I kicked off one of the frozen clumps, and naturally, that's exactly where it was, in the frozen clump. So I saved us the pain of waiting for that to unfreeze. And I have a beautiful little piece of a shoe or a knee buckle frame here. Absolutely gorgeous. I wish that were complete, but being in a farm field with this being tilled for hundreds and hundreds of years, you're not going to find a complete frame in a farm field. Just gonna spoil that for you right now. But you will find little pieces like that. That's really gorgeous. I like it. Well, Nick thinks that she has a piece of a copper. That's another thing that loves to happen in cornfields. Let's see. Oh, I'll be. That's so thin, but it's definitely a coin.
You can see it says something.
It's yeah. I see gratia. So that's probably. This purposely might be cut. I don't know. But that could be like a wood's hibernia or something like that. It's the right size. Huh. Interesting. We're going to try to brush off the back a little bit and see if we can get an identification off of it, because it's actually not in bad shape considering that slice. That really may have been done on purpose. It was just maybe a poorly cut half penny into a farthing, which would be cool. So, yay! That totally counts as a coin. Awesome. All right, we'll be right back if we figure it out. If we don't, though, I will be back with you on the next dig because I'm out of focus anyway. Yay! Oh, there we go. All right, bye-bye. So let's take a look real quick here. That's Nick's cut coin, and that is my wood's hibernia. Actually, well, one of a few that I have. Nicest one I've dug. That was actually the second copper I ever dug. And let's take a look. This is hard to do one-handed because I want to just line it up perfectly and like slide this over the coin all crafty-like, but there we go. You can kind of see, I'm trying to get it perfect, but it's not going to happen. So anyway, you get the idea. And then on the other side, we've got the harp there. If you flip it like that, you can make out just a little bit of the harp. So it's definitely what it is. So that's 1722 to 1724, anywhere in there. We're not going to get a date off of that. Still very, very cool. And we're going to move on. Well, I knew it would happen someday, and I had a feeling it might actually be in this field. This is pretty cool. So I got a double tapping 18 signal, and look at the tip of my finger over there. That is a coin, and given that it was ringing at 18, it's either going to be a modern Zinkin or it's going to be an Indian. And it seems pretty green, so I'm going to go with Indian. I guess it could be a button, huh? I don't know. Yeah, it's a button. It's a pretty close in size to an Indian, so that's what I was thinking. But hey, I'm not going to complain with that. That's really cool. Very rarely do I get surface finds that are metallic, so that's cool. Hey, if I see that there's something on there, I'll come back, but otherwise, we'll keep going. That was fun. Nick came to find me. She said she's got a dandy button that was over in this area of the field. We found a bunch of coins and buttons and musket balls over there. And I'm stupidly playing in the really frozen spot. Ooh, it's bent. Don't try to unbend it because one of Richard's friends, our new friend Matt, actually snapped one in half. I don't see any lettering on there. Obviously, we're always looking for GWs, but wow, that's a swampy dandy. But hey, you keep saying you want one with a pattern, so there you go. Even though you can't really make heads or tails of it. But hey, it's a dandy button. That's good. And that was the last target I filmed for 1 month and 2 days. You better believe I was counting the days. That's the longest I've gone without detecting. So in this little gap here, I'm not digging right now. I'm telling you guys in old videos that, hey, I have to go to every other week because there's so much snow on the ground, blah, 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 blah. But lucky for you guys, we get to skip all that and jump into the second half of the video, which is a solo hunt where I went back to the same field and I had a blast. Before we get there though, if you haven't already done so, if you made it this far to the video, if you're new to my channel and you clicked on it for the first time and you really like what you're seeing, go ahead and make sure you hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss a single thing in the future. All right, back to the show. Well, out at a cornfield right now, and as you can see, it's covered in snow. Snow is about maybe 3 or 4 inches deep, and the frost layer is about the same, so really tough digging, but finally got something that looks promising. I've been out here for a while. You can see a round edge down there, and I think that's a button. Could be a copper, I don't know, but I think it's a button, so I'm going to work carefully here, and there goes the shovel, and let you know when it's out and what it is. Well, I'm pretty excited right now. Right after I shut off the camera, I managed to pry this free, and I could tell by the thickness it is a copper. That feels so good after not being out for literally a month. This is probably going to be pretty slick. Yep, but I would wager to say that is a British coin, halfpenny from the early 1700s, I would have to imagine. If I get an idea on it, I will let you know. But so far, oh, wait a minute. I see something coming through here. I see a William III. That is so sweet. Oh my God. Oh, that's awesome. If I can get this cleaned up a little bit, I'll let you know and come back. But you can see the hair tie right there. And wow, it might actually be a William and Mary. Huh. Stand by. I should get something off of this. Okay, you should be able to see them a little bit better now. And I know you probably think I'm nuts, but I can't tell you how many times I've stared at William coins to try to figure out which ones I found. This hair tie and the roundish kind of shoulder tells me that it's either a type 1 or type 2. So this is no later than 1698 or 99. So 1600s coinage all day long. I'll see if I can get a date there later. Britannia is actually coming through a little bit. Oh, that felt really good. Really good. We'll keep on going. Okay, so I'm trying a different part of the field right now. It really wasn't diggable where I was. The William was just lucky because it was a couple inches in the ground. This ring up in 18.2, though. I got it out of the frozen clump. And at first, I thought it was an escutcheon plate, but I'm not so sure anymore because it's definitely heavier than an escutcheon plate. Maybe a gun part or something, I don't know. But I'll go ahead, I'll brush it off, and if it becomes anything but a piece of copper or brass that's nondescript, I'll come right back. But otherwise, I guess I'm just going to keep looking for some shallow targets out here, because it's really tough out here today. well, this recovery took a while. About 6 inches deep in that plug full of water, I got this huge clump out, and I started breaking it up with a shovel, you know, pinpointing it, breaking it up, pinpointing it. Anyway, it was a pain in the butt. But I did reach my target, which I already took a look at, but I put it back in situ for you. Yeah, alright. It's a little flat button, just a little brass one. And I don't think we have a back mark, and I don't think there's anything on the front either, but we'll take it. Like I said, tough conditions today, so anything is awesome. Okay, now something pretty cool just happened, but what you didn't see is that I was standing in the middle of this field holding a frozen clump of dirt for about 15 minutes, and I just kept getting it smaller and smaller, and I was whacking it up against my shovel, trying to be careful, and look at that. Isn't that awesome with the coin impression in the dirt? It's a beautiful little mercury dime. And I really wish it was older, given that this place, you know, when you get a 26-27 signal out here, your heart starts racing, but it's beautiful toning. Look at that blue. I don't know if it's really showing up properly because, you know, this is probably throwing off my camera's white balance, but let's see what year it is. It's in incredible shape. I think it's like a 23 or 27. I really can't see through my viewfinder right now, but it's in immaculate shape, and it's just a gorgeous coin. I'm not even that disappointed, even though it's not older. Wow. I don't think I've ever seen such a detailed mercury dime come out of the ground, if I'm honest. I'm going to spray that off and come right back. That's worth a good close-up. That really is, no exaggeration, probably the prettiest mercury dime I have ever seen. Oh my god. Look at this. You can see like every strand of her hair, every little line of those wings. That is just beautiful. And it is in 1923. And it is actually my first silver of the year. So that's a nice, beautiful one. Same thing for 2020. I think a Merc was my first. But wow. Gorgeous, gorgeous coin. Okay, next target out here was a 12 signal. Solid 8 inches down in the hole, and I plucked it out in a clod of dirt. And I can see that it's a little tomback button, which is completely shiny right out of the ground. I love that. I think we have a shank too. I think, maybe not. I can't tell. Nah, it's broken. That's okay though. Good find. Okay, so I'm still working this edge of the field. The tomback button was way back that way. Did a couple of lines, but it's been pretty quiet because a lot of people have pounded this particular area. But anyway, I can dig out here, and that's what's important. So I've got maybe a 19 or 20 signal, and I see silver in the hole, but I think it's a silver washed button, is what it looks like anyway. And it feels like a modern snap on the back. Is that what this? Yep. This is garbage. Okay. That's crappy. And there you have it. The last hunt I had before the dark ages of not being able to dig for 1 month and 2 days. And the first hunt after that, which was really awesome. It felt great to get back into it, especially with a day like that. So let's go over a wrap up of everything we found. Okay, let's take a quick look at our digs here. I brought up a couple of Nick's finds from that day. That really super cool cut coin, the Woodside Burnia. A dandy button, which, like I was saying in the video, don't try to unbend this. It's not going to go well. In fact, our friend Matt snapped my friend Richard's button in half by doing this in the same field because he was trying to straighten it out. We'll forgive him though. But we're going to shame him just a little bit because I know he's watching this right now since he's a fan of the channel. So, hi Matt, and also see you tomorrow. This should be fun. Okay, so let's see what else we've got here. This, I think, is part of a horse rosette. I didn't film it because really, there's just not much left of it. I mean, it's like probably going to go in the trash because there's just... Yeah, I don't even know if I would call that saving history, but whatever. A little bit more modern snap there, like I said in the video. It's like under 100 years old. I don't know what this thing is. It almost like reminds me maybe an apothecary weight or part of a buckle. But I didn't film it. It's very old. I can see hand filing, you know, like tool marks there, right there. I've got no idea. If you have a clue, let me know. It looks like brass, so helps appreciate it. This big piece of brass or copper here, I really think this is part of like a musket side plate or something. It's just so thick. It's like thicker than a coin. And if it were on a scutcheon, I don't think that it would be this hefty. So I'm going to go with gun part of some kind, just unidentified. I don't know exactly if it's a side plate or another part of it, but we have our fancy piece of buckle there, the surface fine button, my tom back button. This guy, which I did not mention in the video, I don't think, but yeah, that's totally my work right there because I was chopping through frozen ground or FRUD, frozen mud, whatever you want to call it. That's a little bit of a back mark there. That's cool. Wish I didn't murder it, but at least it wasn't a GW button or something. I would have been very upset if that were the case. Musket ball from actually another day, but it was just like, I keep my finds on these paper plates until I actually go to film the wrap-ups so that I can keep everything straight, but I think I dug that, I don't know, over that weekend or something, and I just didn't film it because maybe it was the only find of the day, depending where I was. Other little pieces of lead here, these are like buckshots. Usually 3 of these would be shoved down a musket with a musket ball at the end of that, and would wreak havoc. I don't know. I think that's what they are. But in any case, I think that's part of a harmonica reed. Didn't film it. This isn't glass. This is porcelain or some kind of pottery that was on the surface. I've held it up to a light a few times. There's no seeing through it, so I can't really date that. Ooh, you can see my ring light. Hello. Anyway, so we keep things lighted in here. And, of course, a couple really good finds the second half of the video. And let me get it. Get on here. Okay. So we have our really pretty mercury dime. That is just a gorgeous mercury dime. Like I said in the video, I really don't think I've seen one that's in that good a shape dug before. I'm sure that it's happened. It just hasn't happened to me. So really beautiful 1923. And like I was saying in the video, it's got like that blue toning, which I just love. So I put this in lemon juice for a few minutes just to get the loose dirt off. But after that, I didn't touch it with anything. I love the way it looks all toned up like that. And of course, best find here is our William III halfpenny. You can see him if I move him in the light like that. And there's just, you know, I'm not going to get any more detail off of it, so I just left the patina on completely. It has that really nice, like, hard shell patina that's not going to chip or flake on me or anything like that, which is really nice. And that's pretty common with these coins I've found. On the back, not really seeing a whole lot. You can kind of see Britannia if I move this in the light. But, yeah, definitely not going to get a date. I could have sworn I saw an 8 at the end. So it could be 1698, but I don't know. Either way, like I was saying in the video, 1695 to 1698 is the date range for that guy. So, very successful first time back out. And, yeah, good times. So, I really hope you enjoyed this week's episode, everybody. And remember, get out there, save what you can, do what you love. We'll see you next week.